Om Saram. Saram, brothers and sisters. I flew all the way from San Francisco, California, just to hear Jaga speak tonight. I feel like I'm opening for a rock band. And I just learned to play guitar. No, actually I'm here because Brother Murali brought me and Sister Sandhya tonight. All the way for 2 hours he drove. And how did I land here tonight? I'm still asking myself that same question. I came to Swami about 28 years back, and I've been there almost every Christmas. Who here goes at Christmas to the choir on a regular basis? Not so many? Okay. I'm like a Christmas homing pigeon. I'm there almost every Christmas for the kids' choir. This Christmas, I was invited by Lyndon, Christian Walker Mushel-Knauts. Linda's been very active in Australia, and also the Camerons, they invited me to come. So I was in Sydney, and then I went up to the Murwillumbah School and did music with the kindies and the sevens, and we had satsang up there, then back down to Sydney. And then Swami told me to come to New Zealand, and I did not know a single person here. I had no contacts. And normally I would not take such a big risk coming to a place without knowing anybody. But I landed. Swami's trusty charioteer here from Murali picked me up and took me to meet some beautiful Sai brothers and sisters. We were at the, what's the name of that school this morning with the preschoolers?
Sai preschool, Rangamai.
Yeah, beautiful kids. So, I'd like to share with you a beautiful experience I had with Swami in 2007. Swami saved my life a number of times, but I'm just going to share one experience. In 2007, this might be changing, so maybe I should shorten it. On the anniversary of 9/11, when the towers came down 6 years later, I fell off a roof. And I woke up in the hospital. And the first words that I heard from the nurse in the ICU was, "Sairam lad, do you remember me?" And a few days before, I had had a clairvoyant dream where I saw myself lying in the ICU with a hospital gown. I was looking past my feet towards the end of the bed, and I saw the whiteboard where the nurse had written in purple magic marker, "Fell from ladder 30 feet, fractured pelvis." So I stand before you. Humpty Dumpty stands before you with a 3.5-inch titanium pin holding me together. I didn't realize that was me in the dream. I've had these dreams ever since I was a kid. I got it from my grandmother. So there I am in the hospital, and they had to transfer me an hour and a half away to another hospital where they could do the surgery because they needed a special x-ray machine, a giant table before they put the pin in you, they have to be able to see you in a live x-ray. Like the old cartoons where the cartoon character will walk past the x-ray and you can see everything. They had to do that for me because when they're drilling that screw in, they have to make sure they don't go too far, otherwise they can paralyze you. So I was an hour away from home, and fortunately the Sai family came to visit me. And I was sharing this last night at the satsang. All the nurses that came to take care of me were all Filipina. I mean, they come over in waves, and except for one, there was one white American nurse, and she was on duty on the very last day I was there before they were getting ready to transfer me home after the surgery. So she says to me, "Who are all these people coming into your hospital room and visiting you?" And I said, "Well, they're all just friends from my church." And she said, "What kind of church do you belong to?" And I said, "Well, it's a Unity of All Faiths church. I'm just, you know, I just don't know how much to tell her." So I hear Swami say inside, "Tell her." Well, we belong to a special organization founded by this beautiful teacher in India, Sri Sathya Sai Baba, who teaches unity of all faiths. She says, "Sai Baba, I know Sai Baba. I have friends who are devotees of Sai Baba." At that moment, I hear Swami say inside, very loud, this loud, like a loudspeaker, They are to have my vibhuti. Just like that, like you'd hear it at a football stadium. And I happened to have this little container next to my bed. And I was being transferred home the next day. This was totally empty. I had materialized vibhuti in here from Sri Rangapatnam in Mysore. But I had been going in there and getting every last little drop. There was nothing left. I knew the ambulance was taking me back home to the rehab center. One of my siblings could go to my house and get me some fresh vibhuti. So I received this command. It's non-negotiable. I took a little piece of paper, I tore it off and I folded it. And then I reach over to take this container like this. This is completely empty. And I was telling this last night, I felt like a complete fool. And I'm holding this like this. I'm moving this like this over to the paper. And I'm thinking, I have really slipped away from the dock. I'm taking a completely empty container and pouring it onto a completely empty piece of paper. And, you know, they can lock you up for this kind of thing. So I'm taking the empty container, and I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm totally crazy. And as I move the container right here, I watched Swami materialize about a quarter inch of the same vibhuti right before my eyes. And there was no like where it got a little bit bigger. It was instant. It suddenly appeared in there, and I filled up the paper with a lot of vibhuti for this nurse. I did not tell her what had happened, because I didn't know if she would believe me or if she would even understand. So I'm going to pass this around, and I want everybody to just take a little pinch. Just, actually, here, why don't you go around and give everybody a little taste of that vibhuti. Yeah, you can put a little bit in there. This has been materializing on that picture of Swami and Mysore for about 40 years. You can just pass it along. Anyway, 2 years later, on September 11th, we're at a public Sai function and we break for lunch. And this young Indian couple comes up to me and says, "Thank you, lad, so much for that vibhuti." And I didn't even know these people. I said, "What vibhuti?" And they said, "The vibhuti that you gave to that nurse when you were in the hospital there." They said, "We were going through a terrible, terrible time in our lives and we really needed that vibhuti." And they had their little children with them, and I don't know if she was trying to get pregnant or if they were going through some type of an illness or whatever it was. I didn't ask. It was none of my business. But that was exactly on 9/11. I had fallen off the roof on 9/11 2 years before. 1 year after I was, they put me back together again in the hospital, and I was able to get out of the wheelchair and get on crutches and learn to walk again. Exactly 1 year from the day I fell, we had a skylight delivered on a commercial project because my work is skylights. And the address of that property was 911 Moraga Road in Lafayette, California. And I had my crew with me. I was so superstitious, I was so nervous after what had happened that I refused to install the skylight. We just took the skylight, we set it off to the side, we covered it with a tarp, so we came back the next morning and put it on because I didn't want to press the rewind button and go through this 2 times in a row. So, Swami has a sense of humor. I don't know why 9/11 is following me around this synchronistic date. But 2 years after this, I was in India, and I had a reading from a well-known astrologer in downtown Puttaparthi named Sai Bharati. Who knows Sai Bharati? He's a couple of doors down from Sai Towers. I see I'm the only one that goes to astrologers. Okay. I didn't tell him what had happened on that day. I said, "Can you tell me what happened on that day?" So he took his computer. Hi, Krishna.
I brought a few more suspects.
All right, I'm the warm-up band for the main attraction here. And I didn't even bring my guitar. I asked him what had happened on that day. And I didn't even tell him what had happened. I said, "What was it on September 11, 2007? So he dialed the computer back, and he looks at me and he says, "You're not even supposed to be here. You were supposed to be in a wheelchair or crippled." He said, all your planets were converged for major physical danger on that day. But by the grace of your guru, he saved your life." And in the dream, where the nurse had written on a whiteboard with the purple magic marker, it said, "Fell from Fell from ladder 30 feet, fractured pelvis. And by God's grace, by Swami's grace, I only fell from a roof that was this high, about 12 feet. The day before, I was on a 3-story building doing some very dangerous moves to get up to the roof to take my measurements, and I had the thought, if I fall, I am toast. And I think I was actually supposed to fall the day before, and Swami protected me. So, besides keeping Air India aloft all these years, he also was working overtime to preserve my rear bumper. Sairam.
Navin Saram to all of you. Sorry, it was your karma that you had to wait. So, it's a great privilege to have Dr. Jagadeesan here with us. He's an incredible speaker, a very practical man, a man of action, man of vision, and I can tell you for the next 90 odd minutes you're going to be spellbound. I had the great privilege of traveling, taking him to Queenstown and to Rotorua and the hot pools, and we did some silly things, but I'm in a lot of trouble as well. But he said, dare to be divine, and we tried a few things. So, Brother Jaga, please come, and thank you all for coming. Some of you have come from great distance, appreciate it. And he's just returned from Fiji actually yesterday. Wherever he's gone, a storm has followed him. Or he just missed the storm, so be prepared for the tsunami for the next 90 minutes. And also a special welcome to Sister Lalita. She's there. She's there. The tech support, yeah. Thank you.
Saira. Saira. Let me add to the mounting number of apologies for being late. I want to thank my brother. I'm so surprised to see you, brother. How did you pop up here?
I heard you were coming, so I flew from San Francisco 8,000 miles.
It's love. I love. A bit of love, but it's love anyhow. If anybody flies from San Francisco to come and hear me speak for one session, I'll really admit him in hospital. I'll check him out, something wrong. Okay? But it's wonderful to see. I said, what's he doing singing here? I thought you migrated here. I've known Brother Lang for a long time, and I was quite surprised when I asked Brother Guna, who's that? Who's taking control? He said, I don't know. He's speaking and he was
But that's the truth. Sorry.
So you've already been entertained to songs, yeah? So, all of you, I've been actually having a hectic schedule. These people have not been very gentle with me. I arrived here in Auckland, and Auckland, I have 4 days of sessions, 6 hours every day. So I was really tested. Then I immediately flew to Fiji, Queenstown, and there after I went to Manukau, and then that was 1.5 a day. He took me to have to give some rest. So he drove to Manukau, is it? So I tell you whatever, go to the hotel. Check in there just after lunch, right? Then the concierge, the nice guy, said, these are all the sights of Manukau, must see this, He said, no, but we are leaving. When are you leaving? Leaving tomorrow morning, lunchtime. Why you came? Why have you come? You just come to sleep and go back. I asked him the same question. Go to Fiji, and we had a big storm in Fiji actually, we had overcome. And we almost missed the flight because the storm was raging, and we left. Anyway, we're here. So today they promised to give me some little glimpse of New Zealand. So we went to Rotorua, and it's all incredible sights you got there. This thing is my wife's, has all this. So let's start with the bhajan. What have you got there? Huh? Oh. How many of you here Tamil speaking? This is the biggest Tamil speaking crowd have come here. I thought throw a Tamil song for you, but I'm too few. So we'll do an English song. Okay, let me ask you one more question. Okay, how many of you are with the Sai organization one way or another? How many of you not with the Sai one way or another? There is no harm. Okay, very good. I'm very happy to have those on one side here. Okay. So let us, can I sing a Christian song?
Yes.
Hello. If we just finished a great day for Jesus recently. You all know the day?
Easter.
Exactly. And if he was here, and he is here in his omniscient presence, what message would he give us?
Love each other as I have loved you.
Love one another as I love you. Love one another as I love you. You get my sudi, yeah? You hold well, okay? Get the sudi. Love one another as I love you. heard me speak in the public domain? Okay. I won't ask where were you, but I wonder what, many of you know this story, I'm not going to repeat this. I was an atheist, and agnostic until 32 years of my life. I used to condemn God, I used to condemn religion. I thought Hinduism was a joke, totally mad religion. Then at 32 years old, a miracle happened in my life. I realized there was a force divine. Then I heard, at that time, 32 years old, I heard about Baba. I became a strong anti-Sai Baba. I used to viciously condemn him. Then an incident happened in my life that transformed me, that made me realize that there is a divine force. And I turned to Baba and he gave his message basically, there's only one God for all mankind, but he has many names. The second message he gave was, be true to your own religion. A Christian must become a better Christian, Buddhist better Buddhist, Hindu better Hindu, Muslim better Muslim. And then I go, my God, and I thought, must I go back to the pagan religion of Hinduism? So anyway, since he said, I went back to religion, I studied the religion, I realized, my God, this religion is science again. And then I studied all the religion, I read the Bible, I read the Quran, I read the Bhagavad Gita and the Buddhist text, and I wrote a book called Unity of Faiths. Comparative study of 11 religions. And one of the things I realized, it was part of my karma, it was like, I was 33 or 34 years old at that time. And when I wrote this book, I realized one thing, my God, I read all this literature, and I realized that 90% of all the teachings, all these religions are exactly the same. There are 5 or 10% or 8% is different, okay? The whole world is fights on this 5 or 8%, that's all. What you do in a temple, what you do inside a church, what you do inside the Gurudwara, the Sikh temple, what you do in a mosque, all the gestures you do, all the actions you do, the language you speak is different. But the moment you leave your hall of prayer, how divinity wants you to behave is exactly the same. Starting with the fundamental 10 commandments of Christ is equally valid for all religions, okay? One of it is, which I told dear to my heart, is honor thy father and mother. Then don't religion ask you to rape or steal or rob or murder or covet another man's wife. Though people do that, but that was the second, follow your own religion. The third teaching he taught us is, the Sai people don't believe in religious tolerance. Because tolerance has a negative connotation. Actually, I don't like you, but I tolerate you, because if I don't tolerate you, I'll go to jail. So Baba says you must respect and revere all religions, not just all religions. Why? Because all religions come from the one God, okay? And the teaching is so, I have gone and prayed in every hall of prayer. I prayed in temples, in churches, in even, the only way I could not pray actually was a mosque. In Malaysia, the non-Muslims are not allowed to pray in mosques. But God knew I prayed in Buddhist temples, I prayed in Chinese temples, But God knew I had this yearning. So one day I went to Uzbekistan. I was in Uzbekistan with a UN mission as part of a UN team. I'm a development economist, okay? Part of a UN team to see how we could help Uzbekistan. We went to this city called Samarkand. Sounds like an Arabian like Samarkand, we heard that. And there in Samarkand, there is a mosque. And the mosque is dedicated to the right, in Islam, just to inform you, now Islam is very pervasive presence in all our lives, there's been newspapers every day or TV. Islam is based on two basic textual things. One is the Holy Quran, which is supposed to be the direct words of God given to Holy Prophet Muhammad through Angel Gabriel, not even directly, through Angel Gabriel. The second is something called Hadith. Hadith are the words spoken by the Holy Prophet. When he speaks, then people note down what he's saying, okay? So whether the Holy Quran is inviolate, okay? People may argue a little bit about the Hadith, but the Quran is inviolate. And the Hadith, one of the authors of the Hadith was a chap called Al-Bukhari. And when I went to Uzbekistan with the UN team, a lot of Muslims on the team, it is about 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And one of the chief priest of this particular mosque, which is the mosque of Al-Bukhari. Al-Bukhari is one of the leading authors of the hadith. So we, all of you come for prayers, he said that the few non-Muslims there, we stood outside not even what to do. Then he turned and said, all non-Muslims are welcome to join us. Immediately I was there, and praying like the Muslims, the photograph was taken. So my vasana, my wish was fulfilled. So that's what Swami teaches, okay? And if I go into any hall of prayer and I feel, funny, this is not my environment, something was my mind. My mind must be tuned to understand the loving presence of omnipresence of God. And then that's the third drop of the ocean I call. The fourth drop Swami teaching is have values in life. Truth, right conduct, peace, love, non-violence. Uphold, practice values and try to pass it on to others. And the fifth is do service. Selfless service, the poor, the sick, the needy, help in elevation of human values in society. That's a teaching. So that's now my life is now dedicated to that. And so now I'm coming down. Now recently I was, because we have done massive interfaith work in Malaysia. Malaysia is a 60% Muslim nation. But we have broken all the barriers, and we have got a Muslim behind us. The Sathya organizations, we formed something called the Friendship Group for Inter-Religious Service. And the Sathya organization has got a Muslim Youth League, the Catholic Church, Protestant Council, the Buddhist Middle Sikhs, all are with us. And this particular friendship group, I told them, let's not talk about religion. Everybody talks, dialogue, till the cows come home, nothing happens. Let us hold hands and serve the poor. So the last 14 years, we started this after 9/11. After the disaster in 9/11, the whole world started dialoguing. I said, what are we dialoguing? How many people can dialogue? 300, 200 plus? I told the crowd, one session there, I said, listen, if there's a violence in Malaysia, none of us fat cats will take a knife. The flea will take a knife for those the poor areas, the slum areas. They will take the knife after one another. So let us not just talk about religion. Let us hold hands and serve the poor. So that friendship group has gone for 15 years. We've done so well that the government, Malaysian government, Muslim government, now they finance it. Can you please help us through the unity things, So we have learned. So recently the World Sathya Organization has asked me to become the World International Coordinator for Interfaith Unity. So that's why in fact we're here now. We've done some fantastic work in Little Rock, Arkansas in USA. We've done some work in Fiji. And now we're here and I think we're having an interfaith session on the 11th. Okay. So this is the background why I'm here. And of course I'm addressing some of the... If there is Baba, tell him I'm busy. Sometimes I get a call like this. So today the subject is karma. Karma is a very misunderstood subject. And these topics I've been talking about this around the world. I sent down to this region about 15 topics I cover, And for this session they chose karma. I believe all the other sessions they recorded on video in Auckland where we had all our 6-hour session per day, 2 hours, 2 hours in the car. So today let us talk about karma and let's see whether we can put a finger on what really karma is. Can you click for me? This is my tech support, my wife, she don't did all the pictures. Oh, sorry, go ahead, this is a Tamil song. Okay. Let us start by quoting from a Hindu text, and from famous personalities. After that, my own understanding. First I'm going to quote you from the text of famous personalities. Then my own understanding of karma from my own experience and the teachings of Baba, what he has taught us. So we are grounded on very, very strong premises. There are 4 expressions you must remember. Karma, karma phala, I'll translate this into English immediately. Karma phala tyaga and reincarnation. Now many people automatically think karma, they think reincarnation. That's not so. The word karma, okay, how do you see karma operating in the world? Questions people ask, okay? Now, let me just, let me go karma first. The word karma means action, that's all. Action. is karma. Everything. Now I'm standing speaking, I'm for doing karma. This beautiful drummer here, young man, how old are you, son?
14.
14 years old, young man, he's playing this, that's his karma. Lady, what's your name, darling? What's your name? Ahini. She played, that's karma, action, that's all, action. Someone takes the care, your wife cooking in the kitchen, that's karma. Husband sitting down watching television, that's his karma. Maybe not here, here I'm sure husbands are busy helping in the kitchen. But I must thank these two youngsters here. How old are you? 12, and you? 14. The song I sang, they never heard in my life before. Yet they caught that song and played it like professionals. Big hand for them, please. So this karma is just action. Then what's the big deal? The karma pala is the fruit of action. Pala means fruit. So every action, you get a fruit. Okay, don't look for avocado. Fruit is content. I slam my fist on this. That is karma. The fruit of what? The fruit is what? Pain, exactly. The fruit is pain, okay? Or smash my knuckles, So karma pala is the fruit of your action. Okay? The fruit can be negative, can be positive. Then comes the spiritual dimension here. Karma pala tyaga. Karma, once I was very interesting. I have a nephew, and I hope no one is wearing this. I have a nephew, they migrated to Canada. Then after they were young teenagers, they came to visit Malaysia. And this fellow, we have a dinner for them. And this young nephew of mine, he was 16 or 17 at the time, he comes to the dinner wearing a jeans, a trouser with a hole in it. So I told her, what's this? Having a dinner, how can you wear a trouser with a hole in it? Uncle, it's very expensive, son. So people are paying more to buy a trousers with a hole in it. So I told him, very good. Next bus, Somalia. You'll have a lot of free trousers hole in it. When half the world is begging and praying God, God give me a trouser without a hole. So they're paying my extra money to buy a trouser with a hole in it. Some karmic thing there, huh? Okay, yeah. Why should one person be a mental prodigy and another an idiot? Okay? Next. Why should one person be born with saintly characteristics, another with criminal tendencies? Why? Sometimes same family, One or two boys are beautiful boys, so going to church or temple, and another fellow becomes a rogue. Why? Parents give them same treatment, same love, same education. What's happening? Why should some be linguistic, artistic, mathematically inclined, or musical from the very cradle? Some children are born just like that, okay? Incredible talent. You've seen some of the shows now coming out, the American, what do you call this? And the American Idol, Voice, and now in India, everywhere. Small kids, okay? Wow, we wonder how they're singing like this. Why is that? Why should others be congenitally blind, deaf, or deformed? Why? Why is God so discriminating? God should not be a cruel God. He should have a level playing field, okay? Why should some be blessed and others be cursed from their births? Why is God unfair? These are the questions now many people are asking in this world, in Malaysia and everywhere. Next. Not that they are atheists and agnostic, they belong to different religions, but these questions go in their mind and they never dare voice this in the church or in the Hindu temple, but among friends now they'll ask this question, okay? So, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, Hinduism accept the law of karma. So some interpretations differ. These religions accept law of karma. That means law of karma as in consequence of action, as in reincarnation. Okay, that's the definition I'm giving. I'm brought in the definition now. Buddhism. Let me give you definitions, okay? Different religions. Karma is the law of moral causation. The theory of karma is a fundamental doctrine in Buddhism. This belief was prevalent in India before the advent of Buddha. The law of causation, cause and effect. Whose law is this in science? Whose law is in science?
YouTube.
For every action there is a equal opposite reaction. This is not just in physical domain of the world, but in karmic domain it is there also. Same. Next. The law of cause and effect forms an integral part of Hindu philosophy. Law is termed karma, which means to act. Act, that's all. But most Hindus, when they see the word karma, they think of reincarnation. The concise Oxford Dictionary defines sum of person's actions in one of his successive states of existence. Watch now, how they are defining now. Sum of person's actions in one of his successive states of existence, born again and again, viewed as deciding his fate for the next. So they are giving karma now as a reincarnation definition, given the dictionary again. Though the Vedic text, the Hindu text, the Buddhist text never define it only like that. You know, it's a law of causation, okay? Now our next one. This leads to some misunderstanding. This particular definition leads to misunderstanding. In Sanskrit, which is the original word where karma comes from, volitional action that is undertaken deliberately or knowingly. Any action you take deliberately, knowingly, is karma. This also dovetails self-determination and a strong willpower to abstain from inactivity. So the fact that you have a willpower to want to do things, that's karma. Action, activating your life. So all of us now, the moment you get up in the morning till evening, you are doing ultimate karma, you know. Okay, could be positive or negative. No. Karma characterizes human beings and distinguishes human beings from other creatures of the world. What does that mean? Karma, it characterizes human beings and distinguishes human beings from other creatures of the world. What does that mean? No. Humans have the ability to respond to external stimuli. For example, let me just see the next one. Animals react. Humans respond. Give me an example. Suddenly I'm walking along, my cat is on the floor. If I accidentally step the cat, what will the cat do? Boss, it's okay, boss. What is that? What do you do? She goes, meow! There's cat. He loves you. He doesn't mean to harm you, but instinct reaction. It's not a response. But if I'm walking and accidentally step Brother Ravi's toe, and he hurts him like crazy, okay? He's not going to punch me, okay? He'll say, ouch!
He might.
He might, huh?
He might.
Not very hard.
Then let me say guna, okay? So he will say, oh, pain, I'm so sorry, no, it's okay. But humans sometimes also react and don't respond. So you're walking along the road and accidentally you bump someone. That's something called Rajasic reaction. Very interesting answer. Song in 3 languages, okay? English, Tamil, and Hindi. Tamil.
Sweet Lord.
Change true, walking true, change true, walking true, change true, walking true, changing life, walking true, changing life, that's the filler, not a now you know Chinese, okay? What they chew, you know, children be a lot, okay? Chengdi Lai means come. Next thing you see Chinese friend, say, hey, Lai, then you know, come to me. Of course, you know why you call me. Okay. So, why can you follow it? So, imagine now, human beings, okay? Human beings, according to the Vedic script, and this is all, this is it's not science of this, we use the name, Sanskrit names, you know, purely for. That is, all human beings have three nature that will emerge. One is Rajas, other one is Tamas and Sattva. Okay, what does these words mean? All of us have different types of nature. One is Rajas are we call Rajasic. That means passionate nature, a violent nature, a very active nature. It need not be necessarily negative, you know. No, it's a very active one is a Rajasic person, a violent person, or agitated, what we call it. Tamas is dull, devoid of energy. Hey, shall we go there? We'll see brother. I'm not busy. I'm very busy now at home. What are you doing? I'm very busy helping my wife. Then when you look in his house, watching television again. So like that. This is tamas, you know, dull and not very. Sattva is balance, a balanced character. Tamas is indolent, you know, no initiative. So imagine now, and everybody responds, and all of us, no one is totally Rajasic, totally Tamasic, totally Sattvic, you know. All of us have this particular nature in us, in different quantities, different aspects during the course of the day. Okay. For example, I'll give you an example. Okay. The husband, early morning, he gets up after he goes his prayer hall, he's sitting down in meditation and pray, oh God, may God bless me, bless my family, bless the world. Oh, let me be peaceful, God. All very sattvic. Then he gets up and goes to the breakfast table. And the wife has not cooked his favorite breakfast for the day. How many times I told you I don't like this bread stuff here, you know? But suddenly he explodes into a Rajasic response. Then the wife says, oh darling, no darling, I'm so sorry darling. And then he sits down, comes and done. He pours some coffee or tea, comes and done. Okay. Then he comes back into a more or less, you know. So then what happens, in the course, I always tell people, in the course of the day, this is what happens to her. Let's just take an Indian male, okay? So we don't have. No Indians here. So this guy gets up early morning and he is very calm, sleep, bath and prayer. Suddenly the breakfast issue comes up, okay? Then the wife calms him down, you know, darling, so darling, next time. Okay, then he's calm. Gets in the car, he starts driving. Suddenly something, what happens? One fellow cuts in front of him, you know. Run, put down! Just various signs I can't show here, okay? Then finally, then he goes on, then turns the corner, and then he puts his tape on, and he's got religious songs. Then he goes to the boss, his office is down, orders a cup of coffee. Then suddenly he has a big fight with his boss. Then he comes on, goes like the whole day, you know, we got this, okay. So we have now Sattvic Guna here, Rajasic Guna here, you know, and with Tamasic Guna, for example, okay. Then you're walking along the road, somebody knocks into you. Like anyone who knocks into you like that, you have three reactions. Okay. One, hey, what's wrong with you? Can't see where you're going? Classic, what kind of reaction is that? Rajas. Okay. Second floor. When somebody knocks into him, he falls down. You hurt me. Oh my God. What kind of reaction is that? Tamas. No, he doesn't know. But imagine now the other person, who someone knocks into you, and you turn and say, are you okay? You okay? Oh, I'm happy, okay. That guy knows he knocked into you, Yet you are saying, okay, that is Sattva. So the entire duration of our lives is how do we move our day, our life, from Rajas Tamas state of mind to eventually become, Sattva. This is the classic expression. In the Christianity they say, "Oh Lord, thy will be done." Whatever it is, God's will. But what happens nowadays, devotees? People go to church and mosque, Hindu temple, and they say, "Oh Lord, thy will be done, Lord, but please do it this way." And if God doesn't do it that way, that is the next church anyhow. Or that's the next religion. What is that? Hey God, you have so many options here, okay? Watch it, well, you got me well. So like that. So this is now, therefore humans respond. Here's a classic example of the guy who knocked and he said, "Hey, are you hurt, my friend? Okay." That is response. Reaction is to get out of scold a fella or to start crying because you got ready. Go on. So Newton got it right. Newton got it right when he said, every action produces equal and opposite reaction. That's it. Every action, not just atomic action, not just inanimate objects. All of us now, for every action, we have an equal opposite reaction. Okay. If I smile at the young lady, she will smile back. She is smiling. If I scowl at her, she will say, what is uncle doing? So, and all of you can see this every day of your lives, okay? Smile, the smile you send out, returns to you. Go on. But he was referring to the physical world, Newton. But Hinduism goes beyond. Every time we think or do something, we create a cause, which in time will bear its corresponding effects. This is karma pada. The action is the cause, the reaction, the fruit is the fruit of the action, karma pada. So this is a karma pada, okay? Next. And this cyclical cause and effect generates the concept of samsara. Samsara or the world. Samsara is the world, okay, the world. And birth and reincarnation. It is the personality of human being or the jivatma, the individual atma, soul in you. These positive and negative actions that cause karma. So whatever you do, you face the consequence and goes on to life and you come out, through that cycle. Now friends, I want to share with you something. The Hindus, the Hindus call the world, call the universe samsara. The universe samsara, or the world. But we also say an ocean of samsara. We live in an ocean of samsara. What does that mean, ocean of samsara? That ocean, I'm not living in an ocean. I'm living in an island, man. But the ocean of samsara refers to the ocean of life, the waves that go in our mind. Our mind is always having, this is the ocean we are living in. We generate these waves, nobody else. Victory, defeat, happiness, sorrow, pain, joy, joy, pain, goes on and on. A whole day and night we are subject to this waves in the mind. So the process of sadhana or spiritual practice of all religions, simple as this. How do you get out of the way? You can't jump out of the way because you are living. Once you die, how do you then reduce the waves, into a gentle flow of waves? And if you can in our lives, accept this thing that I will be done, or have not been unaffected by anything. Then Baba said something. He says, my mission, how do you judge a devotee of God? Someone asked. Very simple is this. Total surrender. What does surrender mean? Come what may. Come victory, defeat, success, failure, you remain in equity. Totally at peace. Then we leave it all to God. But doesn't mean you see action. You take action to overcome problems. But men mind. Next. Karma relates to activities of the body or the mind, irrespective of reaction being felt immediately or at a later stage. So karma is activity of the mind or the body. Whatever the reaction is, karma is there. How you react to it is up to you. Irrespective of what is, whether it's immediate consequence or later stage. For example, you hit someone, you probably get hit back immediately. Okay? But you say bad about someone, the reaction may come later. He'll fix you up. He may fix you up next month, okay? Or some other time. Sure. Sorry, I'm just taking the squeeze to relax my throat. Next. However, very interesting, huh? The involuntary or reflex action in the body cannot be called karma. That means your eyelashes, no, it goes on by itself, okay, without you thinking anything, it goes on. Sometimes you get involuntary action. That is not karma. Karma is you must do with an action because everything relates to mind. You must imprint on the mind. For example, you're walking on the grass now. There's a grasshopper there. So do you face what's the karmic consequence of killing it? Grasshopper on the floor, you're not aware in dark. You accidentally step on it and kill the floor. But since your mind does not react locked to the activity, there's no karma for you. But if you on the same other hand see the grasshopper there, that's it. Locked in. So everything how the mind relates activity. A mother may spank a child with the intention to correct the child, not to harm. Same mother may hit the neighbor's child with the intention to harm the father because he may have the same feeling of it. Next. Westerners see the operation of karma as fatalistic. Karma, the Indian fellows, fatalistic. You know what's fatalistic, right? Everything, I can't do anything, no, I'm caught in the wheel of karmic trap. And many Indians believe that also. Not true. It is in the hands of an individual to shape his own future by schooling his present. We shape our own destiny. The very famous saying in Hinduism says this: the hand we seek for help is the end of our own arm. And in the Bhagavad Gita it says the beautiful verse: no fatalism. By yourself, pull yourself up.
This means you.
Yes, you're not calling me. By yourself. It's not how can you get the Bhagavad Gita, I know the way it says. By yourself, you pull yourself up. For you are your own best friend, and you are your own worst enemy. How can that be fair? There's nothing more than this. You are self-effort again. I'm going to show you some fantastic texts now later as you go on. We are the makers, the Baba says, we are the makers of the chains that bind us. The classic statement of Baba. We are the makers of the chains that bind us. Don't blame God, okay? Next. The helping hand we seek is the end of our own arms. Our first effort. Of course, then we need other help. But if you don't strive for yourself, then no one will help. Next. Hindu philosophy believes in life after death, okay? Well, it holds a doctrine that if the karma of an individual is good, the next birth will be rewarding, and if not, the person may actually be devolved into a lower life form. Okay, and this part is slightly controversial. Huh? Yeah. Two schools of thought here. One interprets as your nature becomes animal in nature. You're born as a human being, your animal nature you have. You know that people go around killing people. That's not that you're born as a lion or a cat, nowadays, or dog, maybe sometimes nowadays dog in the West is quite good, okay? Sometimes you may, why should somebody asks you, hey, you prefer to be born in Somalia as a human being or a dog in America? Why is dog in America? I'm not Australia. In order to achieve good karma, it's important that life according to dharma is what is right. Okay, this is what another new word is coming, dharma. So now, karma is action. Huh? What is dharma? Dharma is loosely interpreted, even now by many ideologies also. Because there are no actually what, though English actually is my main language, I use all the time. But there's not actually a word that describes the word dharma. There's not even dharma. Now people say it's righteousness, right conduct, that's a general. But dharma is more than that. There's no equivalent. The dharma is actually, I call it the law of life. The raison d'etre for your very existence is your dharma. The reason why you live and you have to hold a banner to yourself is dharma. What does that mean? Share with you. Let us say now our brother Ravi Rudra is sitting on the chair. So Ravi, what is the chair made of?
Plastic and steel.
Plastic and steel. That's a chair. What's the function of chair? For him to sit down, okay. Of course, some people take the chair and throw it each other. That's, when you do that, you take a chair and throw each other. Sanskrit was very interesting. If you put an A in front, it becomes negative. That is adharma. Adharma is negative. Okay? So this is dharma. So what happens now? Let's say the chair now has fallen to pieces. Poor fellow on the ground, you pick him up. And now, can this thing still be called a chair? Can we call it a chair? No. How come? Why? The plastic is still there, the steel is still there. Why? Fair it is dharma. Likewise, the sun. What's the dharma of the sun? Shine, light and heat. Imagine million years sun is going on. One day the sun says, hey, I'm serving this fellow for so many years, let me get 2 days rest, okay? What will happen?
All right.
All right. One day ask something, someone said it will become cold. So dharma of sun. Now, then once that happens, can it still call the sun? No. It is a ball of gas or ball of whatever it is. You look outside, you see something that looks like a tree. It's got a trunk, it's got branches, it's got leaves, it's even got fruits. But it doesn't give oxygen. Can we call it a tree? No. It's a stump, or artificial stuff. Likewise, devotees, whereas everything else in the world has fixed dharma. The tree's dharma is fixed for whatever until it decays and dies. The dharma of the mic is to give sound. It doesn't change the dharma. Harmonium, only one dharma, to make music. Drum, only one dharma. But human beings have multiple dharmas. When we are born with an invisible haversack in our mind, in our back. You can't see the haversack. So, initially when you are born, for example, this, when she was a younger lady, was maybe 2 years, 3 years old, only one dharma, dharma of child. That's all. Dharma, and as a child behaves in such a whatever way they behave, were you a good child or not a child? Don't ask your mother that, right? Oh, there you are, okay. I won't ask her. Anyway, then as she grows, she goes to school, and suddenly, another dharma should come. What is it? Dharma? Student. But during school life, additional dharma is put into your bag. What are they? Take dharma as responsibility or duties. What are they?
Also student.
Prefect.
Student. Prefect, that's right. Prefect dharma is put in. Then, what else?
Friends.
Friends. Dharma of friend. What else? Music lesson you learn, your dharma of librarian, library of footballer, library of football captain, basketball, you play volleyball? Okay, whatever, your school has, you play hockey, well, yeah, hockey captain, so, or you dharma. Then sometimes you get dharma, duties, with no effort from yours, Suddenly your mother gives birth. And suddenly you got new dharma, you got to give birth to another boy, one boy. What's the new dharma then? Dharma of elder sister. For you, elder brother. Then suddenly, your mother's brother and his wife give birth to another child. What happened now? New dharma, what is that? Cousin. My God, without any effort, so many dharma are put here. Then they pass the exam. They go to school, pass the exam. Then with the begging bowl, they go asking for jobs. Give me a job, give me a job, give me a job, give me a job. And then finally they become lawyer, doctor, engineer, whatever. And another new dharma is put, the dharma of doctor, lawyer, engineer. Dharma means they reason that why you are studying. Today, because many people are failing the dharma, doctors fail dharma of doctors, businessmen fail the dharma of businessmen, lawyers fail dharma, like to cheat and rob and do all kinds of things, you know. That is why the world is in a mess, okay? Because people are not following the dharma of the name they have taken. Then one day what happens? This young boy, he is now 25, 26, 20, 29. Suddenly he goes one day, he sees across the hall, he sees, dang, 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 dang. I want to spend my whole life loving you. If it's the only thing I ever do. Where's the song from? Zorro. I told you the song from Zorro. I want to spend my lifetime loving you. If it's the only thing I ever do. This is very Western oriented, very, very Indian. Roja, 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 and there's a coconut tree. Whatever tree you got around here. So then, after some time, now then they decide to get married, and they go to the Papa Amma, and sometimes hopefully they get parents' permission and blessing. Then they get married. And suddenly now new dharma is put in the bag. What? Dharma husband or wife. Then within 1 year, 1.5 years, 2 years, new dharma comes in. What is that? Dharma of father and mother. Now watch now. So far you come to the stage now. Can you tell me now, dear devotees, which of the dharma you earned so far you can take out of your bag? Dharma child. Okay, what else? Student bag. You take a student. Prefect. Librarian. Volleyball, because you're too fat now to play volleyball. So, all the dharma, but now can you now watch now. In the entire dharmic life now, can you ever take out dharma of son or daughter? No. Can you ever take out dharma of father or mother? But today, people are taking dharma of son out of the bag and throwing it away. Taking dharma of daughter out of the bag and throwing it away. Parents are betraying dharma of father, dharma of mother. That is why this world is this mess. Then life continues. Then your uncle gives birth. Uncle gives birth to auntie gives birth to daughter. Dharma of what? Cousin. As you grow older and older, suddenly you get dharma of you yourself get dharma of uncle. You get dharma of auntie, and then slowly the dharmic bag behind you gets bigger and bigger. That is why people, as they get older, they bend down a bit like this. Dharmic load on back, not osteoporosis or something. Not the weight of dharma. So like that, devotees, this is the meaning. In order to achieve the good karma, it is important to live the life of dharma of what is right. You must fulfill your dharma in life. The dharma of son, dharma of daughter, dharma of father, mother, office worker. If we do all this properly, then the world is perfect. Okay? People betray the dharma, that's why the politicians now around the world betray the dharma of politicians. Okay? The dharmic duty of politicians. Next. Reincarnation. Go on. Karma can be classified into 3 kinds. These I'm taking from text, okay? I'm not giving Jaga's opinion. Though I might sneak one in. Sattvic karma, which is without attachment, selfless and for the benefit of others. I'll explain. Number 2. Rajasic karma, which is selfish, the focus is on gains for oneself. Third, tamasic karma, which is undertaken without heed to consequences and supreme selfish and savage. So, sattvic karma is what? You do an action. Remember your action, every action you have a fruit. But you do the action now and tell God, I will do my best, I'll leave the rest to you. Doing your best, leaving the rest. Not say, if I do this, if I come and help to clean this room, somebody must praise me. Don't expect that. Every time you really expect, the Buddha said this very clearly, expectation is the cause of sorrow. And this actually is in the Hindu text, okay? Expectation, but what Buddha did was he took out some essence and made it the key point of the entire message. Expectation is the cause of sorrow, simple as that. In the office, you do something, some work, and you expect your boss to praise you. He doesn't praise you, you get crushed. You don't get the promotion you think you deserve. At home, classic. I'm telling basic, this karma, all these are not some big philosophy, you know. Basic life. Let's say now this wife, husband, wife. This husband, I won't say again it's Ravi Rudra. Let me shift it to the Guna. The Guna. He always praises his mother-in-law's cooking.
No, mother.
Huh? His
Mother's.
mother's cooking. He praises, how do you know? See, I get all kinds of impressions. Praises mother's cooking, praises the next door lady's cooking, praises the other auntie's cooking, never praise the wife's cooking. The wife is fed up, although the wife is excellent cook, I know by personally. I'm staying in the house. The husband also a good cook. He made some fantastic avocado sandwich today. I told him make sure I get some when I get back. So then he always prayed. So finally one day a wife got fed up, you know. Let me teach this guy a lesson. How? She's a nice wife, dharmic wife. Dharmic wife. See, a dharmic wife, he puts some poison in the food. That is dharmic wife. What she does? She goes and asks his mother, Ma, what's her ingredients for your cooking? Keep coming out. Goes to next door neighbor's lady's house. Finds out all the formulas, how to make the best food. Then that whole day she stays at home and cooks the food worthy for kings. Now the husband is waiting for husband now to come home at night, evening. Husband meantime in the office has a tremendous fight with his boss, okay? He's very angry, he's going to fix the boss up the next time chance and says, okay? Then he goes to the Sai Baba center, you know. You know, Sai Baba always sing these songs, you know. He says, okay, I'm so angry with the boss, you know. Now I'm going to come to the center and I go to the church or wherever he wants to go to prayer and pray and sing some songs, you know, because he's a good singer. Yeah? And what happens? That day the chairman of the center doesn't allow him to sing. Or the church doesn't allow him to sing. Now this fellow is very angry with the pastor, or they agree with the center chairman. Fix the fellow. Ask him to sing one song, he doesn't allow me to sing one song. Now two things in his mind now. He comes home, bitter and angry. The day is a very bad day for him. Then in the traffic jam, he met someone who cuts his pot. So comes home. The wife. Dinner, okay, come, darling, sit, eat with me. Now he sits and eats. No, I already had my food. You eat, then I'll serve you. Okay, fine. Now he's eating. Food for the kings. Husband. He's eating now, or maybe fork and spoon. But he's in his mind is thinking, hey, the food is exceptionally good today, almost like mother's food. But because he's worrying how to fix up the chairman, the boss, and the chairman of his center, and the fellow crossed over his path, next time, he doesn't vocalize his appreciation. Why is he because he always goes and praise him. First mouth, second mouth, third mouth. Fourth mouth. Fifth mouth. Even making the noise. Then the fellow, he's really appreciating, more, but he's so upset with everybody else in the world that he does not vocalize. Then he says, okay, darling, okay, listen, I'll have the dessert in the living room, okay? The dessert flies after him. Why? Because the wife cooked the food with expectation of praise. That's now become the expression now we saw earlier. Karma pada tyaga. Karma, action, pada is fruit, tyaga. Tyaga is sacrifice. So what you do, how you do this? Very simple. Dedicate to God. God, I'm cooking for you. anybody likes it up to you. I've done my best. You know, the simple thing like sweeping somebody, a chairman asks you to sweep this floor. You sweep it with the intention chairman should praise you. The fellow comes and finds one piece of paper on the floor. What is that? I told you to sweep, nobody has done. Shouldn't never come back here again. Why? Because you are expecting praise. So Buddha said this very clearly. Expectation is the cause of sorrow. So devotees, so this is karma, that means sacrifice your action to divine. I do it for God's sake, okay? Not chairman's sake or secretary's sake. So, anybody praise you? Okay. Doesn't praise you? Also okay. You're not affected. See, this is the science of life, you know. The entire religion is not meant for only holy people, you know. You know, if you people sitting in the Himalayas, it's meant for us. How do you escape from this whirlwind of negativity? So this is the sattvic karma, therefore, you do selflessly, without attachment. Rajasic karma, selfish. You want personal gain. You don't care the consequence of others. Tamasic karma is undertaken without heed or consequence. You do something, you don't care. You go and bomb a building, you know. Bomb a building. You don't care when children die. You don't care, you know, when innocent people die. So you do things, you know, without consequence, without thought or consequence of action. That becomes, you know, tamasic karma. What next? Okay, can we discuss this further? We already discussed it. The ancient Hindu texts, I'm watching for time, okay? When I had this other session in KL, actually, I had a session in KL, I had about 2.5 hours with this. Now I know they say, you know, these people in New Zealand, they get sleepy fast. I'm going to. The ancient Hindu texts have presented, okay, karma into 3 kinds on the basis of action and reaction. 3 kinds, action and reaction. Go on. Sanchita, very interesting, Sanchita. Okay, watch now. This is very interesting. Sanchita, imagine now you are here. You are you here. Okay, if this looks like one of you, it's coincidence, okay? So, imagine now, arrow coming from the past. And then from here, now what now? Sanchita is the balance of past actions that will give rise to future births. It's a storehouse of accumulated actions. So what you've done in the past life are coming like arrows into your present life. Okay? But doesn't mean all arrows are coming. Because you could have a huge warehouse, you know, full of consequences you've learned in past life. So this life, what you do, you can't take the whole thing. You take one wheelbarrow. All of us, you know. The question is, how do you know this is going to be your last birth or whatever it is? If this thing is already going to be empty, then this thing is still full, you know, you do your best, you'll be born again. But born a better, like for example, all of you here in New Zealand. Definitely you've done something good in past life. That's why you're here in this country. You may have been born in another country, a lot of violence could have been there. But God, your good karma brought you here. You're peaceful, no one is killing you, no one is shooting you, no one is bombing you, no one is robbing you, raping you, you know. So you good karma. Now, what's going to happen to you next? How you live your life now? You live in such a way not grateful for the gift God has given you to this wonderful country. Oh my God. One day I was in America or somewhere, in Australia, I asked, how many of you think that you have problems in life? Put up there. I said, my God, you're in this country of bread and honey and you see problems in life? Okay, next birth Somalia. Then you have problems. They're bombing you and they're raping you, robbing you, murdering you, then you have problems. Here, any problem you have, 100% tell you, your own cause. Your mind is causing the problem, okay? You're fighting the husband, you're fighting children, your office work, everything is here, everything you've got, okay? But imagine other people committing suicide. I mean, I heard that here, high level of suicide in this country. Okay, this country is among the richest countries in the world. You know, so much wealth, so much everything, no one is starving, you know. Yet in the poor countries like India and Africa, people are starving, they're fighting to live, they're fighting to live. Here people are committing suicide. Japan, Norway, Sweden. Funny, you would think it's an inverse relationship, where there is wealth, people are peaceful and happy. Where the poverty, people are committing suicide. It's the other way around. You know, so this is a very, very what a strange thing. So anyway, that's because past karma is coming in, okay? Sanchita. Then, next. Prarabdha. So means, so the past actions that have caused your present birth and consequently what are you experiencing now? It's Prarabdha. Sanchita arose from the past coming in. Prarabdha is what you're experiencing now. And then, Agami. Agami is, or it's called another word for Kriyamana. There is X being done in the present life. So whatever you do present now will go into your future. And whether you go to Africa, or whether you're born here again, or Australia, or Malaysia, and be happy in Malaysia, it depends on you now. That's why all scriptures say, do good, be good, see good. Do good. What's so difficult about doing good, being good, speaking gently to people, don't curse people. You know, I always tell people nowadays, remember, God doesn't curse us or bless us. We curse ourselves and we bless ourselves. God just gives the environment to do what you want to do. God doesn't ask you to curse someone. God doesn't ask you to do good to someone. It's up to you. You do good, you share the consequences. Let us say you don't believe in karma also. You just be okay, this is my final, whatever, only one life. God made a mistake, by making people crippled or whatever it is. One life. So how do you make sure you go to heaven? How do you make sure you don't not get driven out of heaven? I told you I read the Bible and I've seen some of the verses, incredible verses. There's one verse, one day I was flying in a plane and I was sitting beside a pastor. I knew the pastor because he had this robe and was wearing this collar and all that. He was looking at the Bible. So I decided to engage a conversation with him. So talking about the Bible, after the Bible, Then I told him, Father, I'm preaching around, I'm conveying the message of God to people. Father, I said, do you know there's a verse in the Bible that is a key to the kingdom of heaven? Classic karma. You should know there are many verses in the Bible that are key to the kingdom of heaven. Oh yeah, there could be, but one very specific, Father. One very specific to know whether you're going to heaven or not going to heaven. Now you tell me what it is. I'll tell you. There's a verse, a little verse. When the Son of God shall come down in all his glory, he will divide the nations of the world as a shepherd that divides his flock into goats and sheep. Then he'll tell those, the sheep on the right hand side, come my children, come and inherit the kingdom of heaven. For when I was hungry, you gave me food. When I was naked, you clothed me. When I was thirsty, you gave me drink. When I was in prison, you visited me. When I was sick, you tended to me. But the children asked, well, Lord, when? When we were hungry, you gave you food. When we were thirsty, you gave you drink. When we were naked or in prison or sick, and you gave you comfort. The Lord will reply, when you did it to the least of these, my brethren, you did to me. Then he'll tell those on the right, be gone from the kingdom of heaven. When I was hungry, you did not give me food, thirsty, you did not give me drink. When I was naked, you did not clothe me. When I was in prison and sick, you did not tend to me. But Lord, when? Tell us when. Definitely would have helped you. These words are not in the Bible, imagine. The Lord will reply, when you did not do it to the least of these, my brethren, you did not do it to me. Everybody, I told the Father, remember I tell him, Father, if tomorrow I'm asked this question, I can say yes to everything. I visited prisons, I've given the poor, we feed the poor, we give medical camps, I've done prison visits, medical camps, all camps, I can say yes to everything, Father. Like a joke, I said, Father, I hope you all can say the same thing, I said. After that, he kept quiet, never talked to me. He turned away, he was still there talking to me, reading his Bible. I said, wow, that's what the man. So we reached the standard and we were checking our baggage from the baggage bin. I feel a touch on my shoulder. I turn, our Father is there. My help, hey, what's going on now? He just looked at me, holding his shoulder. He said, sir, he said, thank you very much. Turn and walked away. I think he realized, not now that he preaches, okay? He must also put to action what he is preaching. And in the Hindu, this is very different. No, Hinduism says very simple. Manava Seva is Madhava Seva. Service to man is service to God. Exactly what Christ said. Okay? Service to man is service to God. So also we who are here today, tomorrow they come and say, did you serve mankind? Yeah, I did. How? I broke coconut in the temple. I lighted the lamp every day. Once a year during Baba's birthday, I gave 2 pieces of bread to the hungry, which was made by someone else in fact. Everybody, how many of us can say yes? Anyhow, so this thing now, okay, first, past actions coming to us, present action we are facing, and the future action. Now watch now something very dramatic. Go on. Let us discuss it. Okay, before that, what our religion says. Go on. Now, the attitude of forbearance is called titiksha. Okay? Refuses to be affected or pained when afflicted with sorrow, loss or ingratitude and wickedness of others. If we just remain indifferent, for forbearance, for just bearing what others do, for when we are pained or afflicted sorrow, or same thing what I told you earlier, weakness in others. In fact, you must remain calm and bear all blows patiently and gladly, without any form of retaliation. So this is what Christ did, These are the unusual. Christ stood on the cross, there on the cross, pain, hungry, wandering. He said, God, forgive them, they don't know what they do. He didn't say, God, strike this flesh with blood and thunder. He said, the natural reaction of people when someone injures them are to hurt them in return. That is, return harm and insult to those who harm them and insult them. That's a reaction. Someone do harm, I'll fix you. No, you have to do something. What did Gandhi do? Same thing. The guy who shot Gandhi, Gandhi did not tell him, get that fellow! He said, Ram, Ram, Ram. He quoted God's name. So these are the actions of many, many great things. And that's what active will. These are kinds of the whole world, the worldly pravitti. Those who seek the inner sublimate purification, nivritti they call it. There's another long story, but I won't go to this. Must desist, those who are going with the inward path, desist from such reactions of wanting to fight fire with fire, wanting to throw mud to those who throw mud. That's a really animal kind of nature, to forgive those who wish to harm you. That's a saying from Christ. This particular quotation Baba once told in his speech. He said, is it Christ? He said, he described what Christ said. One of his speeches in India. Is it so wonderful you love those who love you? Is it so wonderful you do good to those who do you good? Even the godless do that. Hitler loved all his people, Hitler loved his clique without him. All the fellows do negative, all the gangsters go around killing, all the fellows, Al-Qaeda you are blaming for everything. They love their clan, Is it so wonderful you do good to those who do you good? Is it so wonderful you love those who love you? Even the godless do that. Love those who harm you. Love those who insult you. Love those who do you wrong. Then you are as children of God. That is sadhana. That means what you do, you are not affected by the karma of that person's action. Your karma is your reaction. Karma para, the fruit is sattvic. The self-controlled person moving among objects with the senses free from attachment and malevolence and brought under his own control attains tranquility. Thy will be done. Thy will be done. That's a Bhagavad Gita, The Bhagavad Gita. Is karma an iron law? Next question. If I do something, must I then face the exact consequence of what I do? How can we avoid karmic backlash? A gold chain of good deeds or iron chain of negative thoughts and words and deeds both bind. A gold chain will bind you same as negative. A gold chain which I bind you and an iron chain binds you also. So wait, then what's the point of this? How to break the chain? According to scriptures, discipline of unattached action, nishkama karma. This is a very nice word. Nishkama karma. Nish is without. Kama, desire. Without desire, action. Desireless action. I mean, you do for action's sake. Not because you want to. That is the way to break. See, doing good is a gold chain. Doing negative, is iron chain. But if you do good, remember the wife, go for the husband, how disappointed she got, okay? If you do good even, with the thought that you will get some fruits of the action, you want fruits, then you will suffer. If you don't get what you thought you get. Hello? Meditation mode. So they recommend that one should remain detached while carrying out his duties in life. Do your best, leave the rest. Simple as that. Do your best and leave the rest to God. Finish. Thy will be done. Lord Krishna said in the Bhagavad Gita, to the man thinking about the objects of the senses, if you think about object senses, that you want this, arises attachment towards them. From attachment arises longing, from longing arises anger, from longing arises anger. Why? If you long for something and someone prevents you from getting it, you get angry with that person. From anger comes delusion. From anger you forget what you should do right or wrong. And from delusion, loss of memory, you forget the last time you got angry, you got into trouble, okay? But you forget that, okay? And loss of memory, the ruin of discrimination, and the ruin of discrimination, he perishes. That is how the consequences are, okay? So, don't get attached. Anybody go back. They don't get attached, doesn't mean, the Jagadeesan came and they don't get attached, So now I'm detaching myself from my wife and my children. And I'm now going to another country. Total detachment. If you happen to find another wife there, that's okay. Remember the 4 expenses. I'm repeating out the 4 expenses today. Okay. Number 1, karma, action. Number 2, karma para, fruit of the action. Number 3, karma para tyaga, sacrificing the fruit of the action. Thy will be done, not mine. Do your best, leave the rest. Now 4, next. Reincarnation. Let us look at this, okay? What into my hot water? No, che. Okay. Yeah. What time I stop now?
9:30.
Huh?
9:30.
9:30 is okay, I stop? Hello?
Yes.
How many of you want me to stop now? I know it's a democratic country. If I was in communist, if I was in Russia, I'd do different. Thank you. God bless you. Karma here. Good. Okay. Why are we reborn? If you're an accountant, you understand this better. Ravi is an accountant, What am I doing? He's an accountant. No fault of it, but an accountant. So think about balancing the accounts, okay? There is a balance sheet in our lives. That's the next one. Let's look at our own karmic balance sheet. Okay, whiteboard. Go to the whiteboard. Tell him, my wife instructs me everything. Okay, so now here we are, okay? Karmic balance sheet. We are born simply because of accounting. I tell you. So, here we have, okay? So like any good accountant will tell you, there is a balance sheet. On one column as credit, plus debit, minus. Correct? When the accountant is not people bluff too much, okay? So why are we born here today? Why are we all sitting on here today? Very simple, okay? Last birth, we have done something good. So we have done credit. But we also have done something negative. So we have debit. When the debit over the credit, you have reborn. That's it. Now we got a chance in this life now to balance the sheet, okay? How do you balance this? What do you balance? How do you balance it? Very simple. There are 2 ways to balance the sheet, okay? Accountant again, I'll tell you. Number 1, In real life, in the banking system, or in the company, you pay the debts out, okay? You pay the debt, and pay and then cancel this. Or you earn more income, more income, and increase the thing and balance it, okay? Likewise, now in real life, how do you balance the sheet? Very simple. Do good. Serve the poor. Do what Christ asked us to do, hunger, thirsty, naked, clothing. And you can a lot of chances here because in every country is suffering so much, Fiji and all because of earthquake. Now Vanuatu, I understand, was tsunami and all that. So what do? Do good. Have credit. Now, you're putting the credit here. Wow, I should get, this birth must be my last. So much work I've done. What you don't know is what is in the debit side. This could be 2 or 3 pages of this. So how do you remove this? You can't work so much. Then you've got to work also in your office. When you do it. So what you do, then what happens? Suffering comes to you. Suffering comes to you, somebody does bad to you. Somebody does bad to you now. This is the past, because of the past, but somebody does bad to you. Somebody says something wrong about you. Somebody does something to you. Now you've got a choice now. Either you say, okay, like Christ did, I forgive you. I don't know what to do. The moment you do that, you wipe this out. Illness may come to you. Instead of cursing God, why you have done? God, you will be done. Finish. I'll do your best. Okay, finish, cancel it. But instead of that, now if somebody does something bad to you, you now go and fix that fellow up, You had to follow up that fellow and you had a few more devils now. And you curse someone for your illness. You blame your father and mother for not giving you multivitamins. Now, watch, get the drama. In the Sai world, one of the things we do is do service. So they do medical camps, they do all folks home visits, they do all kinds. And this also, everybody does it. Church does it, churches do it, the Buddhist temples do it. Perhaps only fellows don't go and do service are the Hindu temples. In Malaysia they don't do it. We're trying to get these guys to go and do this kind of things. Anyhow, so what happens anyway is, now this fellow is doing service. The chairman does service, the Guna does service, the Ravi does service, because they'll have different balance sheets again. They can't all on the same balance sheet. Whatever. Now when they do that service with the view that people should praise them. Their photograph should come in the paper. The people then at once, they do this is not in the normal balance sheets. They have a special offline balance sheet here. Anything you do with the motive to get promotion, name, fame, automatically goes here. That is the danger that many leaders have. I tell you, in Malaysia, I tell all these people, like all these leaders, and we leaders go into these medical camps, everybody will come and praise us. Oh, Jega, fantastic, thank you very much. Actually, I'm in the least, I'm just supervising everybody like that, I'm asking everybody what to do. The real workers are there on the ground, No one knows their name, no one is praising them. Some sick people are even scolding them, After the function is over, we want to thank Brother Jagadeesan for what he has come. I want to thank Brother Ravi and Brother Guna. They don't say, I want to thank, Brother Nathan or Brother Lakshmi or who is at the back there sweeping the drain, They don't get the praise. So the moment you do things with the intention you want praise or name or fame, at once it goes inside. So you already got the reward. You already got the reward. So no more karmic reward for you. But if you come, but remember now, those who do, leaders who do things, they will get the praise. Praise will come to you. Name will come to you. Don't be attached to it. Just because people praise it, I always tell people, those days when I was in Malaysia, whenever we do things, there's some, Brother Jagadeesan, Brother Jagadeesan, such a great devotee of Baba, he's done so much for, The other time, the other people are condemning me also. Because useless fellow, So one group is condemning, one is praising me. One day at the Sunday, why should I be affected? This fellow is praising me, why? It makes him happy to praise me. This fellow is condemning me, why? It makes him happy to condemn me. Why should I get involved in happiness? You be happy. Just because you praise me doesn't make me great. Just because you condemn me doesn't make me small. Only by my own thoughts, words and deeds, I can either elevate or bring myself down. That mindset leads myself. You will get praised. So they really is the coming. So all of us now are born here, because even all of us have this particular thing. So if suffering comes, don't react, respond. Take it with a smile. Your will be blend. Wipe it out, wipe it out, wipe it out. Do service, do service, do service. People praise you, doesn't matter. Condemn you, doesn't matter, you know. Just do. Fulfill dharma. Whiteboard is okay? Okay, today what I want to share with you now, as I finish this session, an incredible teaching. Now, some of you may have heard of this Vasishtha. Vasishtha is a great saint, great rishi. Who can tell me in which yuga Vasishtha, except Brother Ravi? Treta Yuga. Treta Yuga at whose time? Rama's time, or Rama's time. Vasishtha was there at the time of Lord Rama. Or was it Krishna? Rama? Okay. So what happened now? Who comes to the court? Where is Rama? Who is Rama? Rama was a prince in the court. Now one thing very interesting. I'm sorry those who don't know enough about Indian mythology, Indian spiritual things. Check with your friends about it. I'm quickly going to tell you now. One of the great avatar, the Indian avatar, God-man of the world was Rama. He was in the Treta Yuga, many millions ago. Okay? Treta Yuga, one yuga, a time span of life. Then there is this, after Dwapara came Krishna. You heard of Krishna, I'm sure. There is, what yuga was that? Dwapara Yuga. After Dwapara, what yuga was that? Kali Yuga. This is Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga. Okay. Now, very interesting. In the past yugas, in the Hindu scriptures, in the past yugas, in the long ago, many thousand years ago, the scriptures they say, in the early days, Treta Yuga, before Treta Yuga, Sathya Yuga, people will get divine grace, by deep meditation, They'll meditate until hills grow over them, okay? As the yuga became the next yuga, the people's minds began to get less, and therefore that particular period, okay, is more by yajna, they do this fire sacrifice, yajna. Then and puja, that's for Kali, for this Rama's time was all this great meditation people. Then came Dwapara Krishna's time, puja and yajnas, okay. Then in this Kali Yuga, it is said that this particular period of time, many people can't do all that. They have no time for that. So what do you do? The very simplest way is prema, what is this? Love and service. They call what? What's your yuga? Karma and seva. That's it, okay? So this yoga, easiest way, bhakti yoga, karma yoga. Bhakti means devotion. Karma means service. Then you wonder to yourself, hey, these are Hindus saying Bhakti Yoga. What about for the Christians? This is what the Kali Yuga is. Kali Yuga is one batch of time. Exactly the same. Look what Christ said. Christ did not give 10 commandments. Christ gave 2 commandments. Love God. Love your neighbor as you love thyself. Love God, Bhakti Yoga. Love your neighbor as you love thyself, Karma Yoga. Love yourself. In whether Sikhism or Buddhism, all the same thing. So, but this Vasishtha was there. Now, in Vasishtha, those of you who know Ramayana, you will understand. Whereas Krishna gave great teachings, the Bhagavad Gita. But Rama didn't seem to give any teaching. His life was an example. There's a reason why Rama did not display his great miraculous powers. That's too complicated to tell you, Another time, next time we'll talk about it. But Vasishtha comes to the court of Viswamitra. He comes to the court of Dasharatha, the king, to ask Rama and to protect him in the forest where he's going to do the prayer among the demons. And at that time, Rama was appearing very strange, and acting in a very funny manner, depressed, and the reason for that, And then they call him. And Rama outsung him. The Rama asks questions. Now, I read this book. My God, it's a very beautiful, complex book. Only book I've read about 3 or 4 times. And Rama asks Vasishtha the question that many youngsters are asking today. No? Is there really God? Why must there be suffering in this world? He's asking this kind of questions. Okay? Very interesting. And then Vasishtha gives a reply. And the reply is relevant today as it is thousands of years ago when Rama gave and Vasishtha gave. So the teachings in the Rama, in this period of Rama, was in this yoga of Vasishtha. Now I'm going to give you a glimpse of what is stated there. Watch this. So let us get the last words of the great Brahma Rishi, Yoga Vasishtha, taken from an incredible book called Supreme Yoga. Try and get this book, okay? Yoga is Supreme Yoga. Rishi Vasishtha is talking to Lord Rama in the court of Dasratha. Watch out. In this world, whatever is gained only by self-effort. Where failure is encountered is seen that there has been slackness in self-effort. Take what the founder of Microsoft, who is that?
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates. Take Jobs, all these guys, Take what, who invented the bulb?
Thomas Edison.
Edison. Do you know how many times Edison failed?
1,000 times.
1,000 times?
No, 9,000.
No, you know.
9,900.
Many times. My wife knows specifically.
9,999. Only on the 10,000 times.
She's an accountant, she keeps all the accounts. I don't know.
But he said he never failed. He learned how not to
No,
fail.
exactly. No. From the human point of view,
Oh.
his first bulb he failed. But did he give up? He kept on. Self-effort. And then finally, he got it. Can you imagine if 9,000 times, after 1,000 times, a fat up, let's continue using the candle. Today we will not become the candlelight. So, he said, that is what Yoga Vasishtha is saying that now. Self-effort, where failure encounter is seen that there has been slackness in self-effort. If you had slacked in 1001 or 2001, we would have lost it. Next. What is called fate? This is an incredible statement. What is called fate is fictitious. My fate. The Hindus will say my karma. Why you fell into the drain? My karma. Why your car crashed into the other car? My karma, not my fault. My karma. Self-effort, and all this Vasishtha talking, self-effort is of 2 categories. That of past births, that of this birth. Now watch, remember the arrows now coming here? This one coming here, then from here, this one coming and affecting us, then here up to going here, okay? That means past effort and this effort, 2 effort. This birth. The latter, very interesting, The latter effectively counteracts the former. That means what you do in this birth has a power to counteract what is done in the past. Therefore, karma is not an iron chain, Gone. Fate is none other than self-effort of a past incarnation. Nothing. Past effort what you've done is not a fate, you have earned it, that's all. You have earned it. Either goodness, wealth of this good country you're living in, maybe money you got, big car you got, or you're having a Boda you have earned it. So which has greater impact in this life? There is no power greater than right action in the present. Therefore, all these successful people, I'm talking about very good, Bill Gates, how the self-effort, they succeeded. That's the message, everyone must take to heart. Hence, one should take recourse to self-effort, grinding one's teeth. Okay, not teeth that you can grind your gums, okay? Grinding one's teeth. One should overcome evil by good. Grinding one's teeth, overcome evil by good, and fate by present action. One who says, fate is directing me to do this, is brainless. This is coming in the yoga where this great saint is telling me. One who says fate is directing me to do this is brainless, and the goddess of fortune abandons him. Hence, by self-effort, acquire wisdom. Very interesting. What does it mean? Look at it. Well, let's go back to the gentleman who invented the bulb. Every failure he had, he learned wisdom. As he says, every failure, he learned wisdom. He learned how to do better. So self-effort requires wisdom. Because of the dreadful evil named laziness, the people live the life animals, miserable and poverty-stricken. From Abraham Lincoln, who was born in a log cabin, to present Mr. Modi, the present Prime Minister of India, who was a tea seller on a railway station. Tea seller. Because of dreadful evil named laziness, the people live like animals, miserable and poverty-stricken. It is found that sometime without effort, very interesting. It is found that sometime without effort, someone makes great gain. Example of a mendicant. Here's an example in that particular book now. I didn't put the whole story here. He tells a story. There is this princess who must marry another prince. So in those traditions, those days, the princess, has the liberty to choose the prince whom she wants to marry. And whatever all the princes come there and surround there, and they are waiting for it. Who garlands them? Not the princess, the elephant, royal elephant. They pray to the elephant, please garland the person who is deserving for this princess. All the princes are waiting, And then the elephant goes past all the princes and garlands a beggar, a mendicant. Everybody is stunned. Now watch. This is neither an accident nor some kind of divine act, but the fruits of the mendicant's self-effort in past birth. In the past birth, what should I say? See what the effort there? In past birth, he said this man was a prince. He was a king in a particular thing, but he did something terribly wrong. Maybe he was treated his subjects miserably, whatever it is. And this birth, his karmic consequence, he is born a mendicant. Now, over a few years, he has worked hard and he has tried to help people and be good. And now he has wiped out the karma of his past birth. That time came. The elephant garlanded him. Now he is back to his princehood. Sometimes farmers' efforts are ruined by hailstorm. Here gives something, an act of God. Okay? Hailstorm's power greater than farmers' efforts. And farmer must put great effort to recover. What about the farmer? Put great effort. Everything self-effort is taken. He should not grieve over this loss. If this grief is justified, why should he not grieve? He said, he should not grieve, oh, I cry. Don't cry. If you think that by crying you can get better, then do that. If the grief is justified, why should you not grieve over inevitable of death? Oh, death is going to come also grieve. No, don't grieve. What should you tell self-effort, keep on effort. Don't grieve. So I always tell people, if you worry, if you think worry can help you, worry. Some people come and tell me, Jaga, if you want to worry. If not, you leave the worry and take effort to overcome it. One should free oneself from likes and dislikes. Very, very difficult challenge. That's why spirituality is not easy. It's not religion, it's purely spirituality. One should free oneself from likes and dislikes. I like this, I like this, therefore I move to it. I dislike that, I can't have this. Nothing. And engage oneself in righteous self-effort and reach the supreme truth. Knowing the self again and again, he talks about self-effort. How can anybody say the Hindus are fatalistic? Self-effort. The self-effort alone is another name for divine will. Self-effort alone is another name for divine will. God gives us the wisdom to act. God gives the teaching to do right and wrong. He creates, God is like this, he's like a farmer, God creates the environment, the grass, the soil, the fertilizer, the sun, the rain, everything for the plant to grow. God has given us the environment. How do we make out it? Up to us. Thus we have it, everybody, dear friends. Karma is action. The action can be rajasic, I'm summarizing it, tamasic or sattvic. Karma para is the fruit of action, immediate or long term. Karma pratyaga, sacrificing the fruits of one action. That means by what? By doing your best. Nishkama karma. Don't sacrifice action. Sacrifice fruits of action. Doing your best, leave the rest. Nishkama karma. Studies, for example. Do your best. Suppose you don't do as you didn't get 8 and 10 A's, doesn't matter, 9 A's okay. Nowadays these kids amaze me. They come and tell me, then in our exams we have 10 subjects. 10 subjects. And the parents, how many subjects? 10 A's. I look at the fellow. Shame are you? Not shame to get 10 A's. They're looking at me. I only got 1 A, you know. They laugh, I cannot argue. Reincarnation, rebirth. Okay, that's all the karma. Okay, everybody, that is my topic. Just coming to 9:30 exactly. So, any question I'm happy to answer, okay? Not that I know the answers, okay, but I can try, you know. I only know, yes sir.
On the subject of dharma, sometimes we play two roles in one situation. And,
They're born again, they were given a choice. What do you want? You want a short life, you know, for which a lot of suffering will be, okay, will be my enemy, or you want a long life? I want to come back and give me a short life, you know, let me suffer. So like that, you know, they say it's very difficult, but we don't know what is the karmic consequence of past. Let me share with you some, okay, this is an incredibly personal story, and not in too sure, I should share this. Okay. This question is a very relevant question about, you know, remember Kal? Huh?
It's 9:30.
Yeah, it's 9:30 already. I tell you what, it's a long story. Anyway, I think basically if you look at this now, you understand why karma went through, why Karna went through this. Okay, he had okay, let's take simple thing now. That's just affect the karma. Look at Krishna. How did Krishna die? Huh? Arrow, where? And here, my God, I tell you, it's like Achilles, you know. It's not here, somebody says a toe, no, it's a toe. Achilles, you know, Achilles heals, a great warrior. My God, how did he die? I mean, he was such a great, no one could kill him, you know. But because the boon mother got from the gods, okay, what did they do? The God said, you dip him into this river, you know, immortal river, and he will get immortality. You know, no one can kill him. So the mother said, fantastic. She took and held him by the leg and dipped in the river and took him out. The water touched whole body except the heels. He could not be killed except by arrow into his heels, you know. So that's why I say you can't play the fool of divinity, you know. There's so many stories in the Hindu tradition also where the people who ask God boons, you know. God gives them the boons. But always there's a loophole. You ask for immortality, you can, and there are a lot of stories, already some of you know this. So like that, anybody, the law here, we cannot play with divinity here. The karma will catch up with us. So therefore I tell people, just because you think you do a lot of service to mankind, just because you come to a lot of prayer, don't think you can escape sorrow. Okay? You think so, are you greater than Christ? Or what happened to him? You think Buddha, you know how Buddha died? Poisoned, he was poisoned. Okay? You know, look at all the great saints and sages of the world. They went to a lot of saints. Mirabai, she went to some incredible suffering. So many great saints, you know, and sages, they went to incredible suffering, though they manifested incredible powers. You know. So, are you so great in those words, you should be exempted from this pain of your past karma? You cannot avoid it. So, God, let it be done. His will be done. Your will be done. That's it. You know. So, anyway, brother, very interesting question. Huh? You you asked the question, but there are a lot of things I can tell you, but it take too long to stories. My own life, and I know why some massive tragedies happened in my life, you know, because I did a past birth regression thing. Okay, any other question? Simpler question. Okay, then I thank you very much for all of you listening to this. Shall we finish with one song? Hello?
Yes.
I want to dedicate the song to the people who have given their lives for all of us. People who have loved us made us what we are. Sometimes we don't honor them. Sometimes we don't honor them. And who are these people? I always tell, when I address youth, many occasions. Nowadays the youth are very good. They love their parents, they are very finally until they come to a time when they fall in love with someone. Then comes the big thing. I tell girls, hey girls, be careful. The boy will come and tell you, oh darling, I love you. I will climb the highest mountain for you. I will dive the deepest ocean for you. Hey, don't believe these guys, okay? If they come and tell you, darling, I'll climb the highest mountain for you, dive the deepest ocean, you tell them, carry on. Good for them. You know, every girl here, every young girl is a flower, you know. I tell girls, hey, be careful. Let people admire the flower. Don't let them pluck the flower. If you don't understand what Jega means by plucking the flower, ask your mother. Okay? So then I tell them. Now one boy has told you, oh darling, I love you, I'll give my life for you. Then this girl will go and tell the parents, you know, this boy, I'm marrying him because he says he will give his life for me. You know, Papa, are you going to give your life for me? No, I can only tell him how to give a life for you. Okay. Then one day what happens? Everybody started surrounding a pool, a big pool, you know, big pool. And look at this one. We're just taking slowly. And big pool. And all your boyfriends who told you they'll live for you and swim the highest ocean for you, or the long, big, deepest ocean for you, all standing around, your father and mother, and you are in the middle of this pool and drowning. You are drowning. Help me, I cannot swim. And the boy said, darling, I'll give my life. He says, oh, please help my darling. No, I do not help my darling. But if there's one person in the crowd who, without knowing how to swim, will dive in, give the life for you, who is it, you think? Mother. Not even father. Mother will give. The mother kept you for 9 months, she doesn't care. She'll give her life, even if she won't forget that she doesn't know how to swim. Okay? But the father will follow with a string around him. The father knows he must come out of the water. Okay? Mother doesn't care. No? Mother. Then what about the guy who told you he'll die for you, he'll swim the highest mountain for you, that's it, he won't die. I want everybody else to go and swim. Then somebody can dead. Then he comes to your funeral. Bring on flower. There's a song, an old English song, no? Tell Laura I love her. All know the song? Tell Laura I need her. Tell Laura not to cry. My love for her will never die. Somebody take copy. They sing the songs. No? Then after that, shedding a tear. Then 2 weeks later, hello, darling. How are you? I'll give my life for you. To that one mother who gave her life for us. Is there love in this world greater than mother? Is there love in this world greater than mother? She doesn't agree. How many of you are mothers here? How many are mothers now? Mothers here? How many of you have mothers? Different question. Anybody who has no mother, then come and see me later. Never had a mother. Found the ground, okay? Is there love in this world greater than mother? Is there love in this world greater than mother? Is there a sound more beautiful than mine? Is there a sound more beautiful than mine? Is there love in this world greater than mother? Is there love in this world greater than mother? Is there a sound more beautiful And a mother, I have a mother, okay? Join. Is the love in this world better than mother? Is there a sound more beautiful than love? Is there love in this world better than mother? Is there a sound more beautiful than love? In the womb of life you held me. In the womb of life you held me. As a child you held me in your arms. As a child you held me in your arms. As I grew, if I hurt you, I'm sorry. As I grew, if I hurt you, I'm sorry. I take it now from the bottom of my heart. I take it now from the bottom of my heart. Is there love in this world and mother? Is there a sound more beautiful than love? Is there love in this world and mother? Is there a sound more beautiful than love? You are life, you are love, you are laughter. You are life, you are love, you are laughter. You are an angel that walks just for me. You are an angel that walks just for me. Today I pray to tell you that I love you. Today I pray to tell you that I love you. No, this song is always just for you. No, this song is always just for me. No, this song is always just for me. No, this song is always just for me. Let's go on. Is there love in this world and mother? Is there a sound more beautiful than love? Is there love in this world and mother? Is there a sound more beautiful than love? In the womb of life you held me. As a child you held me in your arms. As I grew in my head you are sorry. I am now the bottom of my heart. And you are life, you are love, you are laughter. You are an angel that walks just for me. You are there to tell you that I love you. No, this song is always just for me. No, this song is always just for me. No, this song is always just for me. Anybody, I told you in the beginning that I was an atheist, agnostic for 32 years of my life. 32 years, I didn't believe in God or nothing. In the 32 years, I had only one God, my mother. My father died when I was 7 years old. My mother taught us. In the 30 years, I used to go around the world, I used to do all kinds of stuff. I was in economic business in the government. I used to go around the world. I could do anything I wanted, no one knowing. But anything I did in my life, I asked myself, will this make mother happy? She was my pole star. And only make her happy, I would do it. I would never bring tears to mother's eyes. And my success story around the world, because of this, my dedication to mother, I didn't realize that divine grace came to me through my mother. I didn't realize I wiped out a lot of karma in my life because of devotion. So I tell the youth nowadays, I don't care whether you go to temple and pray or go to church or whatever, but worship your parents. How? Not by throwing flowers at them or lighting the candle under them. Sometimes I say irrelevant remarks. Just make them happy. make them happy and you live a happy life. So this is the message I share with you as I leave today. Thank you very much for patiently listening to me. There is some